Your gut lining replaces itself completely every 3 to 5 days. That means your body is already working on this. Every few days, fresh cells replace the old ones. A leaky gut can heal, and it can heal faster than most people think. I'm Dr. Mel Ona, a board-certified gastroenterologist in Hawaii. I have a master's degree in nutritional biochemistry. I've worked with over 10,000 patients with digestive conditions. Now, I've watched people spend a year on L-glutamine, bone broth, and collagen with little to show for it. What almost always changes things is finding what's been keeping the gut from healing. Once that's found, the timeline looks very different. Now, why healing should be fast? The lining of your small intestine is made up of cells. Their job is to form a tight seal. Think of it as a wall between your gut and your bloodstream. Your body builds a brand new wall every 3 to 5 days. When someone tells you leaky gut takes 6 months to heal, that number isn't about your lining. Your lining moves fast. That number describes what happens when the real cause is never found. Those are two very different things. Here's what happens with a leaky gut. The seals between those cells break open. Bits of bacteria and tiny food particles or antigens get through the wall when they shouldn't. Your immune system finds them on the other side and reacts. Now, that reaction causes the bloating, the food reactions, the fatigue, and the gut pain. And they don't go away no matter how clean you eat. The supplement industry built a whole category around this. There's L-glutamine to fuel your lining cells, collagen to build the wall, zinc to help close the seals, and probiotics to change what's living in your gut. Now, each of these has some logic behind it, but they all target your lining directly. The thing that keeps tearing it down is still running. That's why most people feel a bit better on a gut plan than stop making progress. They've taken some pressure off, but the real cause is still there. So what keeps reopening the wound? If your gut lining is rebuilding every few days and the supplements aren't helping, something is tearing it down faster than it can rebuild. That's what most gut plans never look for. The causes I see most often aren't dramatic. They're common and easy to miss. NSAIDs like ibuprofen, naproxen, and aspirin are one of the most missed causes. Now, these drugs block the chemicals your gut uses to protect its lining. Take them often enough and that protection goes away. Your lining keeps taking hits. Every dose resets the clock. If you use ibuprofen a few times a week for pain, your gut plan is working against something it never found. Alcohol is another one. It breaks the seals between gut lining cells directly. Now, this doesn't need to be heavy drinking. Regular use in a gut that's already struggling is enough to keep healing from happening. Chronic stress is a third one most people never connect to this. Under long-term stress, your body releases cortisol, your body's main stress hormone. Cortisol weakens your gut lining over time. It cuts down the protective mucus your gut makes. It slows repair. People who watch what they eat and still can't heal often have long-term stress running in the background. They never thought of it as a gut issue. But the cause I see missed most often is bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine, which we call SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Bacteria that belong farther down have moved up into the small intestine where they don't belong. They put out chemicals that damage your lining directly. They also break down your food before your body can pull nutrients out of it. Now that's where a lot of the bloating, food reactions, and fatigue come from. And it doesn't show up on a colonoscopy or standard blood work. So patients can spend years on gut healing supplements. The whole time, the overgrowth keeps tearing things down. Now, I had a patient who came to me after years of gut symptoms. Her prior doctors had blamed them on not having a gallbladder. She'd accepted that and done her best to work around it. She changed her diet, tried different supplements, and still wasn't getting better. Her symptoms didn't fit what I'd expect from gallbladder removal alone. So we ran the right test. We found bacterial overgrowth. After a targeted treatment to clear it, her symptoms went away completely. Years of suffering gone when we removed the actual cause. Now, finding the trigger is what changes things. Everything else is step 2. If this is clicking for you, subscribe before we keep going. I put out a new video every week on digestive health, nutrition science, and disease prevention. The kind of detail most patients don't get enough time to hear about in a standard visit. Let's keep going. Now, why supplements can't win when the cause is still there? Here's a way to see this clearly. If you had a cut on your hand and someone kept hitting that same spot every day, a bandage would help some, but the cut wouldn't close. The damage would keep winning over the repair. And that's what happens when someone takes L-glutamine while bacterial overgrowth is still active. The L-glutamine is a real nutrient. Gut lining cells use it as fuel, but the bacteria put out chemicals that damage those same cells. Your lining gets the fuel and the hit at the same time. Healing can't catch up. And that's why so many people feel better for a while on a gut plan than hit a wall. They've removed some of the pressure, but the main cause is still running. And until that's gone, your lining can't finish what it starts. So what healing actually looks like? Here's what most people never hear, because nobody takes time to explain it. When you find and remove the right trigger, healing is real and it moves fast. Your lining starts turning over with less damage in the way. The seals start to close and you feel it. Now think about your 3 worst gut symptoms right now: bloating, food reactions, fatigue, whatever they are. Keep those in mind as we walk through this. In the first week after removing a trigger, the worst bloating often starts to ease. Your gut is still working through things, but the daily hit that was keeping it stuck is gone. Your lining gets a chance. By weeks 2 to 4, food reactions that seemed random often start to settle. Things that used to set you off start to feel less severe. Your lining is getting more solid. Fewer things are getting through the wall. Now, by the end of the first month, energy often starts to shift. Fatigue that got worse after eating often starts to lift. Your gut's constant immune reaction uses a huge amount of your body's energy. When your lining starts to close up, that drain slows down. Now, this doesn't happen on the same schedule for everyone. With undiagnosed celiac disease, gluten keeps triggering a reaction that tears your lining down. That has to be found and fixed first. If your gut has been damaged for years, the full repair takes longer. But the biology is working in your favor. Your lining wants to close. Your job is to stop what's been holding it open. So where to start? So look at your own triggers before you add anything else. If you use NSAIDs a few times a week, talk to your doctor about switching. There are other options that don't carry the same risk to your lining. That switch alone can change what's possible. Now, if you drink alcohol regularly and your gut isn't responding, take alcohol off the table for a few weeks. That alone can tell you a lot. If your bloating, food reactions, or fatigue keep coming back on a clean diet, ask about bacterial overgrowth. The test is called the hydrogen breath test. You drink a sugar solution, then you breathe into a collection tube every 20 minutes for about 2 hours. It shows whether bacteria in your small intestine are getting to your food before your body can. The test has been in use for decades, but it's one of the most skipped steps in gut workups. Patients can go years without anyone offering it. So start with a real answer about what's causing the damage, then build from there. So in conclusion, your gut lining is already trying to fix itself. It replaces itself every 3 to 5 days. A trigger that hasn't been found yet is what's standing in the way. Find it, stop the damage, and your body does the rest. Now, if your symptoms haven't been explained by standard testing, this channel has a video that goes deep on the most commonly missed trigger behind symptoms like these. It's called 7 Signs You Might Have SIBO that most doctors don't test for. Watch that one next.